When they did this last year, there was one that I kept my eye out for. A local brewery, Mass Landing, did a beer called Delightful, like caramel delights, coconut, caramel, chocolate, and then the whole point was part of the proceeds went to the Girl Scouts, and it was a delicious beer.
Is that synonymous with your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I love those. Oh, and it depends on what you call them, right? Caramel delights or Samoas. I love those.
Those are your favorite?
Peanut butter, anything peanut butter, Thin Mints. I mean,
what's your favorite?
I'm not going to discriminate against any cookie.
Samoas for me, followed right behind by Thin Mints.
In the freezer. That's everybody says in the freezer.
Right? They're iconic. Yeah,
indeed.
You can't replace those.
Not in the freezer today in terms of temperature.
No, you would have had some melted chocolate out there
you can
in the sun.
Yeah, I actually went for a little walk today at 2, no jacket.
And then it was a caramel delight type of day for you.
You can say that again.
Yeah. We do have some cloud coverage in down East Maine and the county, but by and large fairly clear tonight. There's a pretty strong cold front lurking just to the north of Maine down the St. Lawrence River Valley. This is going to move south through the state tonight and tomorrow as this high works toward us, and that will set the table for a little precip chance heading into pre-dawn Friday morning. So that front again will be south of Maine by tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a much different feeling day compared to today, where some of you did get into the lower 50s. Freiburg, places like Sanford, Portsmouth was very mild there. But tomorrow, again, no dice on 50s. Most of us in the 30s or 20s for highs. And then a system will work toward us. And because of the way the cold air will be set up over Maine, as the system passes us by to the south, it'll be cold enough to get some snow or freezing rain out of this into the early morning hours of Friday. We're not thinking this is going to be a widespread thing for Maine, primarily southern Maine, a few inches possible into early Friday morning, but it doesn't look like a huge precipitation chance for the entire state. It'll look like mainly southern Maine, and then clearing up in the afternoon. I do think that heading into Saturday, there's a little chance for a passing shower out ahead of this cold front, but this one not going to bring cold, rather drier air, and behind it a significant warm-up will ensue. Remember the way the jet stream looked with that teleconnection we were talking about before the commercial? That's what happens into early next week, and that makes way for some milder air to work toward New England and Maine. We've got highs in the 50s for 3 or 4 days in a row, and this is going to be my mildest stretch of weather since moving to Maine. The last time we had 3 days in a row at or above 50, you got to go back almost 4 months, the 8th, 9th, and 10th of November, and we haven't had a 3-day run of 50 plus since. 3 to 5 foot seas into tomorrow, mid-30s on the water temperatures. There's that snow chance or freezing rain chance into Friday morning. We spring forward Sunday morning, bump the clocks forward an hour, and those temperatures, we might need to even get in below freezing some of those mornings with highs in the 50s early next week.
This, I feel like, is the false spring. You've heard about this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alan.